actually have that written. Here is a snapshot of my story, and I'm going to just read it, okay? So I don't get sidetracked again. So I was raised by my mom and my grandmother, and I visited my dad, whom, hey, I've always been crazy about my dad. I absolutely, my mom, I love her. I'm one of those, and I'm sure there are many of us out there who have great relationships with both parents, who was adored by both parents. Um, so yeah, that was me growing up. Although my mom and dad were not together, and sometimes it was hard because they were kind of like, not getting along, and I didn't get to see him when they weren't getting along. So it kind of got a little crazy. They both married different people, as I was growing up, and I would talk about that as well, my experiences as a child. Um, but I would visit my dad whenever I could, and sometimes years would pass that I hadn't seen him, and I would be literally sick, because I just needed to see him. Anyway, I told you that I got married for the first time when I was 18. This is so crazy because I was still in high school. So, everybody thought she must be pregnant. No, I was not pregnant, but I had a very strict religious background, which we'll talk about that too. That, that whole scripture that was totally misinterpreted, that was misrepresented. I guess that's the way the leaders at the time understood it. That the one that said it's better to marry than to burn. Yeah, look it up. So anyway, we ended up getting married at 18. We both wanted to. We weren't forced to get married, but we wanted to at 18, and he was 19 or 20, somewhere around there. Anyway, we had two amazing sons, and Joshua and Eric, and I don't regret that marriage either. It's very little that I'll say this. There's very little that I regret. I do have some things that that I do regret. One thing that comes to mind, that always comes to mind. But and I had to grow to get to that space of no. My motto, my life's motto is no excuses, no regrets. So so I don't regret that marriage. There might have been a time when I was super angry that I did regret it, but when you look at the beautiful human beings that are the product of that, and then the personal growth that I experienced because I was such a kid. And I was so naive. I was so naive. And I still am in a lot of ways. Um but no, I don't regret it. Anyway, I'm moving on. I digress. I did it again. So I told you that I got married again to the husband that I was married to for 25 years. Now, so I have my two kids. He had three children from his previous marriage, and then we had one together. So we had six children, and we raised them as our six children, not your kids, my kids, and then our kid. No, it wasn't like that. And even today, those six kids, even though we're not together, and honestly, we don't even speak, I think that is so sad. That kind of hurts my heart. Um, that we can't even communicate. But the kids, they are really close, and they still look at each other as brother and sister. There's no step, no half, no, none of that. So and that's a testament to how we raised them. So I'm really proud about that, and I hope my ex is too. Um, let's see, what else did I have on this sheet? We talked about, so his oldest child, and I say that to differentiate. Um, his oldest child was 12 years younger than me when when we got married. So, of course, that was a challenge because I had to be the adult in the relationship when I was so much, in a lot of ways, a kid still at 23. Can you imagine 23? When I think back at 23 now, at the age that I am, I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? But I was a lot more mature than the average 23-year-old. And that was something that I really wanted to do. It wasn't like I was forced, not, I didn't feel forced, and I didn't feel, I had no reservations at all when I did it at 23. Shoot, I didn't have reservations when I did it at 18 either. So, okay. Anywho, there's more here. So I said the marriage lasted 25 years, and it ended when I was about 48. So, or 47, somewhere around there. Anyway, that was the first time, really, ever, that I lived alone. I'm going to let that marinate, because I still look at it like, wow. Yeah. That's still a huge thing to me, because when I got married the first time, I was 18, still in high school. Of course, I was living with my mom, and when I got married the second time, I basically was moving from one marriage to another. I think I stayed with my mom and dad, and that's another story. I know y'all. I told y'all that my mom and dad were not together at some, y'all. My life, I'm telling you. So anyway, I was living with my mom and dad for a little bit before I married husband number two, the 25-year marriage. But when that went, so I didn't live alone. I had a little stint in there, a few months, where I lived in the apartment that my first husband and I had, with our son, and I was pregnant with son number two. So as I'm telling you guys this, I'm just like, wow. Wow. It's like soap opera. Anyway, um, so I lived alone for the first time at age 47, 48. Mm-mm-mm. So, anywho, I told you now I am remarried. I'm 54, and I'm a newlywed at 54, and I'm loving this journey with him. My husband's name is Spencer, so it's Spirit and Spencer. And so this is, I said before, this is my first podcast. This is the first episode, and I have no idea right now exactly how this is going to flow. But I'm just going to flow with it if you guys will be patient with me and just tune in to Living Spirit's Life. No. See, I'm still getting used to the title, Living Life with Spirit. And I like that because that's how I try to live my life, with spirit. And then I named myself Spirit. I'm named after my dad. My dad's name is Marshall, and my name is Marsha. So, but I go by Spirit because I felt like that suited me better than Marsha. I hold on to Marsha because it is a tribute and an honor. Um, I give honor to my dad. Um, so I intend to share my past, my present, and present experiences with you. I believe my experiences are going to help somebody. I think it's going to help empower women and men, because I've told my story before, parts of it, and I have men who write back and say, I know it's for women, but you really inspired me too. So it's for whoever it's for. You know, I intend to talk about some of the intimate details of my life, um, because I'm good with it, because I'm comfortable with it, and I think that it also will help someone else. Let them. I want to let people know that they're not the only ones going through whatever it is that they're going through. It's just that people are not comfortable talking about it. And so, um, when you hear it from someone else, you feel like, oh, I'm not the only one that's dealing with this or going through this or experiencing this. And then you don't feel so alone. And then you know that, you know, it's not going to last forever. I also intend to include some of my meditations. Um, and, I try to incorporate meditation in my daily practice because it truly helps to keep me balanced. Um, and I just hope you guys will be rocking, rolling, and riding with me as I go through this journey.
Winter is my favorite weather.
I'm going to end it right here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Living Life with Spirit. Alrighty, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Each day you keep getting better. Gotta love you close.